It is exactly 5:01, and this hearing is now convened. This hearing of the Redistricting Commission, this is the second of 3 required public hearings being held and being convened by the Baltimore County Councilmanic Redistricting Commission for 2021. Just briefly, and I think we'll need to do this for each hearing, but briefly, this is being convened pursuant to the county charter related to councilmanic redistricting. This is an exercise that needs to occur every 10 years during the decennial census. Last time was 2011, and the 5 members of the Redistricting Commission were appointed in March as required. The public hearing is convened as required in the charter, which requires at least 3 public hearings to be held by the commission. And then once the commission's work is done, the county council is required also to hold at least 1 public hearing before it finalizes its decisions regarding redistricting. Right now, I'd like, if I may, to introduce each of the Redistricting Commission members who have graciously volunteered to donate their time in this exercise to consider the councilmanic districts as they are now and as they may look ultimately once we get all the data for any changes that might be made. First, I'll just go down the line again on the list that we have of participants. First is Mr. Aaron Plymouth. Mr. Plymouth, if you'd like to say any words.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Plymouth. I reside in Randallstown. I've been in Baltimore County for 36 years. It is a pleasure and an honor to be a member of this 5-member commission. I look forward to collaboration and cooperation and putting together a report that will go to the county council on or about October 15th that will recommend redistricting as we see fit based on the data.
Thank you, sir. Next is Jim Allman.
Thank you, Tom. And thank you, fellow commission members. Again, as I said at our previous hearing, I look forward to working with all of you as the data and the information comes in, and look forward to hearing from members of the public. So, and thank you for the members of the public that are not only signed up to testify, but also, are watching and following along.
Thank you. Next would be Mr. Robert E. Latshaw, Jr. You're muted, sir.
Oh, hit the unmute button. Thank you, Tom. I'm Bob Latshaw. I've been a resident of Baltimore County for over half a century. Had served on this commission 10 years ago and look forward to being of some help again this time. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Next is Sam Newberger.
Thanks, Tom. Sam Newberger, lifelong Baltimore County resident, currently reside in the 2nd District. I want to thank everybody for participating. This is, see it in the news a lot today, but having fair elections, fair boundaries based on the data is a critical part of our democracy, and happy to play a role and really appreciate everybody's participation. Thank you.
Thank you. And Miss Sophia Montgomery.
I just sent you the link to this.
Sophia, you're muted too. Sorry.
This is a public.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm Sophia Montgomery, president of the Chesapeake Gateway Chamber of Commerce, and I've been a Baltimore resident for the last 35 years. I was married in Baltimore, I'll be buried in Baltimore, and I look forward to working with my associates. Thank you.
Now I was muted. Thank you very much. We also have, I think, 2 county council members that are on the meeting. So Chris, if you could unmute, I think Mr. Jones is on. Mr. Jones, if you would like to make any brief remarks.
No, I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank all the commission members for their service, as well as thank all the participants who are participating today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I think, is Councilman Marks, I think, Chris, you said on?
Yes, he is. Well, Councilman Marks was on, but we seem to have lost him off of our list of attendees.
Okay, if he reconnects, we'll try to unmute his mic as well.
Certainly.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all very much. At this time, again, we've convened this hearing. The purpose of these public hearings is to give the public the opportunity to weigh in, to voice their concerns or their opinions regarding redistricting in general, or their boundaries, or whatever they feel is appropriate to talk about. And we encourage people to do that. The hearings have been advertised. They've been posted on our website. It is on the County Council's Facebook page, these hearings, the schedule. And I believe we also issued a press release to the various media outlets regarding the public hearing schedule. So hopefully whoever does wish to participate is going to participate. We have 3 people signed up to testify. And so with that, each person will be given 3 minutes. Ms. Belcastro will unmute their mic, and they will have 3 minutes to tell the Redistricting Commission whatever it is they'd like to about redistricting. So with that, Ms. Belcastro, you can take it away, if I haven't missed anything.
I
Oh, and
don't.
one other thing, what you see, of course, is a map of the county and the 7 councilmanic districts. And as whoever testifies begins their testimony, we'll try to focus in on what area they're talking about. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boswick. Our first registered speaker this evening is Cheryl Gottlieb. Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so hi, I live in District 5, but this is more of a general comment. My understanding is that as the districts are drawn currently, that the high schools and the feeder schools and where people live are not really in the same district bounds. So I'm not a parent, but I've heard from parents and grandparents who have had difficulty with school issues because the council district that their house is located in is not the same district that their child's school is in. So when they go to their councilman with an issue, the councilman isn't as attentive as they can be. When they go to the councilman the district that the school is in, they're not as attentive as they could be about it because the person who's complaining is not a constituent. So my concern is to just be mindful of school catchment areas when drawing district lines. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Diana Bergman. Find Miss Bergman. Miss Bergman?
I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry, I had trouble logging in. Good evening, Baltimore County Council members. My name is Diana Bergman, and I'm a Baltimore County resident still living in District 1. Today, I would like to testify in support of the Baltimore County Redistricting Commission. Development in Baltimore County's infrastructure has lacked diverse geographic representation on what's best for all of Baltimore County. Now, I've witnessed the county council work well together in the last 11 years that I've been in Baltimore County. But I've also witnessed times when certain council members have been left out of the conversation. Earlier last year, Todd in District 7 was muted unintentionally via WebEx meeting. Julian, our current boss man in the county council, and our 4th district member, and my favorite, Tom, of my favorite District 1, are all 3 representatives not included in the Towson High School zoning when representing like Izzy and 2, Wade in 3, Kathy in 6, and they all help David in 5 to represent those families that are zoned into Towson High School. We get 4 versus 3, and Baltimore County's Redistricting Commission will help the county council all work together to build a better Baltimore County. So every single community in Baltimore County gets the opportunity to have a diverse geographic representation. I strongly recommend decisions don't be blanket to redistrict development. While one area of the county might want to pull back in growth, other areas of the county are beginning to grow and or be revealed, reborn basically. Just let everybody who wants to blossom show off their beauty and potential. After all, I love Baltimore County and we should be number one together in everything that we do. So I strongly support having this redistricting commission so we get a diverse geographic representation of the whole county and not just one area. I think in the past, the county council members, when they help each other out, they tend to focus on one area and the rest of us pay county taxes too. So I want everybody to be in the conversation, and this gives us the opportunity to do that, and we make decisions to grow Baltimore County as a whole without limiting anybody. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for your testimony, ma'am. Who is next, Chris?
Our next speaker is Ezriel Ephraim. I'm trying to find.
I see it under A.
Ah, thank you so much for your assistance.
Sure.
Mr. Washwick. Mr. Ephraim.
Hi, I'm a new homeowner in District 4. I know this is, I think, 3 and 5, right? But
Mr. You can speak at any. I just want to make that because someone else had a chat real quick, and then you can finish your testimony. You can speak at any of the public hearings, whether they're geared towards specific districts, but it's not. You can speak on any district at any of the hearings. You just select other on the registration form. Go ahead, Mr. Ephraim.
Okay, thank you. So I've been in District 4 for since 2015, living primarily in the Owings Mills area, and I recently bought a home in Randallstown, the Randallstown area. And so I'm in central Randallstown, about a block off the Liberty Corridor. And I just noticed that the disparity in investment between the two communities. I can't help but to look at the demographics between Owings Mills and Randallstown and think that just for anybody that's not aware, Randallstown is a predominantly African-American community, and along Liberty Road, African-Americans reside in higher percentages or portions of the population. And we've seen closures of grocery stores for the last couple of years and empty lots. I have to drive to Owings Mills to have a full service grocery shopping experience. And as a new homeowner, doing everything right and whatnot, it's quite disappointing. And I just wanted to voice that.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you, sir. Chris, are there any other speakers that registered? You're muted.
Sorry. There are the only 3 speakers that we had registered for this evening's hearing. Again, I want to stress to anybody who's an attendee that you can sign up to speak on any district at any of the hearings. Just select other on the registration form. Not locked into a specific district at any of these hearings. We're just trying to gear them toward specific areas. But if you missed one, you can certainly sign up for another one, even if it's not geared toward that district.
Thanks. Okay. Are there any questions or comments that any of the redistricting commission members wish to make, either in light of what you heard or any other issue? I think, Mr. Latshaw, you're muted. And then Sam, you're next.
The last gentleman spoke about having to drive to Owings Mills for shopping and the lack of grocery store opportunities in the Liberty Road corridor. I would like to ask him how the redistricting of councilmanic districts is going to affect the number of grocery stores near his house. Is he still there?
Let me unmute him. Mr. Ephraim?
I'm still here. I'm really attending every public venue to be able to voice this concern because I haven't yet to have gotten any substantive feedback on the issue. So I do realize it's a little tangent to the topic of redistricting, but I wanted to voice that.
Thank you. Is that, Mr. Latshaw, is that okay?
He explained why he asked the question. Yes, I think he understands there are a lot other issues, economic issues, marketing issues that affect the number of grocery stores in different areas. It's not good. I agree with him 100%. But that doesn't fall within the jurisdiction of councilmanic redistricting.
Right. Mr. Newberger.
Sure. I would just point out to the participants, even those who didn't register to speak, that I think we should reiterate there's an email address as well that gets directed to this commission. And to that point, one of the emails we received, I thought was very thoughtful and interesting as it relates to the districts we're discussing tonight. Is that something that email becomes part of the record? Does it make sense to sort of read it into this meeting, or that's just something for the commission members to deliberate amongst themselves? And that was Mr. Carlson's email.
Correct. I mean, it's really up to you all. I would be happy. I don't know if Mr. Carlson would want me to read it out loud, or
Understood.
I think he's actually on. I think he's an attendee. So if you like, and we're kind of just sort of, I wouldn't say we're making this up as we go along, but we are. We do have a little bit of flexibility, I think, and we can be nimble. And Mr. Carlson is on. So Chris, if you'd like to unmute Mr. Carlson and ask him if he would, and I'll ask him if you'd like to explain, or if you'd like to maybe sort of summarize your remarks via email.
Mr. Carlson?
He's still muted.
I think he's trying to unmute himself and I'm unmuting him. Wait a minute. Mr. Carlson?
Happened again.
Yeah,
There we go.
Mr. Carlson?
Sorry, I'm here. I'm just having some microphone issues.
Not a problem.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I didn't know if you had any particular questions about that email, or if you'd like me to reiterate some of the points that I made.
I think maybe summarize some of the points you made. We did forward the email to all of the members, and obviously they read it. And Mr. Newberger, as I think everybody did, thought it was very interesting. And you read the manual, which Mr. Phillips and I are really happy about because we put it together.
Sure. So this is we moved into this neighborhood about 6 years ago. The neighborhood is Paring Park, which is just off of Paring Parkway, north of the Beltway. And so the neighborhood was constructed in the 1960s and does consider itself to be kind of a larger unit, but we are divided almost literally in half by District 3 and District 5. So a couple of the things that I think are important to recognize this particular neighborhood as a discrete area is, the neighbors do consider themselves all part of one neighborhood. There's an active community association. There are many community events. And there are actually neighborhood gateway signs placed on opposite sides of the neighborhood, which wind up being in two different councilmanic districts. I understand that the population variances are probably going to be such that this won't even be a particular issue, But if it does come to that line kind of tracing that same path, I would encourage everybody to just kind of understand that that is a cohesive neighborhood that should be under the same representation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Newberger, anything else?
No, that was very helpful, and I think that's a great example of the type of feedback that we as a commission can take back and sort of use as we're going about our work. So thank you very much.
Agreed. Does anybody else wish to make any remarks?
No, I think, Tom, whoop, I'm on, let me unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Bob. I think Mr. Councilman Marks is looking forward to having more of Perry Hall connected than it is now. One interesting fact of what the gentleman said is that even though the county council districts break his neighborhood in half, he also has the advantage of having two county council people voting for and supporting issues within his particular community, as opposed to just one. So, 6 half dozen or the other. But I think, as Sam said, Sam Newberger, that is a great comment, and it will be one of our goals to keep communities together as best we can. It's not always that easy, as everybody will find out when the population numbers come in.
Right, no doubt.
Is Julian still with us, Tom?
I don't know. Let me see. Yes, he is. Mr. Jones, Councilman Jones is with us.
He might want to address it because it's come up before last hearing, and it'll come up again. Julian, if you can hear me, one of the ladies and you and I have discussed this. We're talking about the fact that about 20, I think it's like 28.5% of the Baltimore County population is African American. And she wanted to know, actually, I got the number 28.7%, and the white population is 56.5. Then, of course, you have, Hispanic and Asian populations. She was curious, Julian, why we didn't have more than one of the 7 districts being mostly African-American constituency, and having 2 African-American county council people. And what we explained to her, and I'd like your input beyond what you and I discussed personally, is that there is a heavy concentration, like in your district, excuse me, of African-American citizens, and yet the rest seem to be scattered throughout the county. And this is a very important issue, and if you wouldn't mind addressing that for us, I, for one, appreciate it.
Shall I unmute Councilman Jones? Did you? Okay. Councilman Jones?
Thank you, Mr. Latshaw. You're absolutely correct. It's not as simple as looking at the percentages of a group of people and then try to somehow extrapolate how many council members they should have, because the commission is bound by law, which states, as everyone knows, the districts must be continuous, it must be compact, blah, 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 blah. So you can't, unless there's a large group of people, whether it be African Americans or otherwise, in a particular area, you can't somehow try to make that into one district, because African Americans is heavily concentrated in the 4th district, but they have other pockets of communities throughout Baltimore County, but none of them would make up one particular district, if you will. So that's why you have one councilman or one African American councilman. But I do believe that I don't think it's all about race. I think that it's about qualified candidates and having the people choose who they want to represent. So all is not lost.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Thanks for that input. Does any other commission member have any other comments or questions? Okay, I believe that will conclude tonight's hearing. Just to state, the next hearing of the county redistrict of the Councilmanic Redistricting Commission, the third hearing will be next week. That will be on Wednesday, June the 9th at the same time, 5 p.m. We will convene that hearing as we are doing via WebEx teleconference. We will have people who want to participate and testify are encouraged to connect to the county council's website. And once there in the yellow alert box, which is right there when you're on it, it'll tell you to click onto the redistricting wording there. It'll be a link, and just as soon as you link onto that, you'll have easy instructions on how to register to testify, as people did this evening. So that'll be next Wednesday, 5 p.m., June the 9th. And I appreciate everybody being on. And again, anything else that anyone wishes to add?
A question for Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, how many attendees do we have tonight?
How many attorneys?
Attendees.
Oh, attendees.
Yes.
43.
How many? 43?
43.
So that seems to be an increase over 35. I believe we had 2 nights ago. So that's 43. That's
Right.
encouraging.
That's true. Very true, sir.
Yes. And I just wanted to say, for those who are interested in testifying and want to register, the link will not be available. Registration is from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. So you have 5 hours to get online and sign up and speak. But the link for the registration form is not active until 11 a.m. on the website. Just wanted to let everybody know that.
Good, thank you.
So I'd
And
like
hopefully,
to thank
hopefully, Chris and Tom, we can have Councilman Julian Jones with us next time as well. His input is obviously very valuable.
Thank you. Mr. Plymouth, did you want to say one other thing?
whatever thought I had is gone now.
I'm sorry.
I want to thank all of the people who took time out of their busy schedule to come in as listeners, just to attend the teleconference. We'll appreciate that one. And the 3 comments that were offered by the speakers, also the person who sent in his email, who also was invited to highlight the contents of his email. I appreciate all of that.
Thank you.
Thank everyone.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor with a voice vote?
Aye.
All right, the meeting is adjourned. The second meeting of the Baltimore County 2021 Councilmanic Redistricting Commission is in the books, and we will see you all next Wednesday.
Okay, thanks.